So I am here now with Rich Crowley, and he is a short-tail python breeder, which is a bit different than blood pythons. He does have some bloods, but Rich is pretty much the only person that is breeding these guys, and those are the Sarawaks. And those who know me from the forums or chat know I have a couple of these. Rich, can you tell me a little bit about the Sarawaks?
Well, it's kind of interesting. I think right now the Sarawaks, even though they're not considered a separate species because of the uniqueness of them, they're actually probably rarer than some of the other pythons that you are traditionally familiar with as far as being rare, like the Angolans. There was only 6 Sarawaks actually collected legally out of the wild. They were brought in through one of the zoos in Ohio, and those 6 actually have descended down into all the offspring that we have here now. I've been working with them since about 1999. They were originally brought in by VPI, passed through to Chris Carmichael, who was the one who first established them. They're different than the Borneos, the pattern and color. Even there's a little bit of sexual dimorphism with them. The males are typically staying at around 5 foot. Females topping up at around over 6 feet. They have a darker complexion, obviously a more complex pattern on them as well. They definitely get very robust, like a short tail you would expect, but they tend to be actually even a little bit more robust than even the Borneos. So I've been working with them since '99 and really find them enjoyable. They have a different personality than other Borneos, or other short tails, I should say. And you know, it's sort of a niche thing. It's not they're not as colorful as a T+ albino blood python, but they're definitely something different, something worthwhile for any collector who's looking to get into something different.
Well, and one of the harder things is getting good pictures of these guys, and what I'm going to do is pan over here. Is this a Garby line as I'm opening it? Okay, so let's hope Cindy doesn't get bit. If I do, you'll be entertained. Now, this is a Sarawak. I own a Garby line, so this is what they look like. And what I'm going to do next is open up one of the Borneos to show you a little difference, and notice I'm not as concerned with that. The Garby line tends to be a little temperamental. So there's the big difference between the two. There's a bit more walnutty, I think, with the Sarawaks.
Yeah, the Sarawaks definitely have a lot more coloration in them that's darker. They'd almost look like some of the, I wouldn't say like a black blood, but some of the western Borneos that come out, they're pretty dark. But they have a lot of golden pattern in them too, which is one of the things that I find appealing. It's hard to show exactly what they look like when you look at a little one. The adults are the ones where they really start to darken up, and that change, the difference between the gold color and the really dark chocolate color is what I think makes them stand out more so.
Now, we have this is always called the blood show. Tinley we always call the blood show. It's all the bloodkin. Do you think we're finally getting over the stereotype of the short tails and the bloods being nasty snakes?
I think we're starting to see it. I mean, there's certainly a lot of people that are more open to actually handling the bloods at the shows. They're less resistant to the previous stigma that, oh yeah, this thing is vicious, it's going to bite me. You still hear the stories about people having animals that are like that, but I mean, you can claim that with just pretty much any species of snake. But we definitely are seeing all the breeders that were at the Tinley show this year actually have got some really nice, manageable, well-handled animals. Very, very friendly. That's one of the things I enjoy is actually, getting to interact with the public to show them what they're really getting into with these snakes. It's a big snake in a smaller package, and that's what I think makes them.
Yeah, they cover the bigness of having a Burmese, but it's not something that's excessively unmanageable.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's the one good thing about them, and they're pretty low maintenance. I mean, aside from keeping the water fresh, they're not looking for being fed on a weekly basis or anything. Actually a little bit less is more with these guys, so they're very efficient.
And unlike most snakes, they tend to hold, so you only have a major cage clean a couple times a year.
And it certainly makes life easier.
And for everyone who's always heard of me talking about my blood pythons, this is a person who got me into them, so that's why we brought Rich here. He's the one who started me so that I could drive you guys all nuts with my snake fantasies. Thanks a lot, Rich.
Thank you.
Painless.
Yeah.